Hello everybody, we are going to take a look at the bubble sort. The bubble sort is one of the first sorting algorithms everybody learns. It's not one that anybody uses because it's very slow, but it does give you an idea of how sorting algorithms work. Well, what it does is we're going to go through a list here in Python. I give you some of it. You can randomly generate integers or you can take what's here. It's up to you. So while swapped is false, right? Because while swapped is true, we keep going through. So we're going to go through the range of the list, and we're going to subtract 1 for the off by 1 error for arrays and that sort of thing. So what we do is we compare the first element and the second element. Well, if the first element is greater than the second element, then that one gets swapped into this position. So here it is. Swap the elements. Set the swap flag to true. We have to have another variable to store the elements while we're swapping because you can't just exchange. So we take this, copy this variable into here. We take this current variable, assign it to the we take the variable at 1 plus 1, assign it to this spot, and then we take our variable that was in spot 1 or 0 depending on when you started, we assign that to there, and then we go back. So while swapped is true, right, we keep going, reset defaults. As long as we're going through this, the next time around we're going to probably go by the first and second. So let me show you a little visualizer program that I sort of made. So I've generated an array. When I step, the first thing that happens is we compare this one to this one. Well, which one's bigger? This one. So we want to swap these around. See, now the small one's over here, the big one's over here. And then we go to the next one. So our bubble sort's going to go all the way through. And the small ones are going to start bubbling toward the bottom. The big ones are going to start bubbling toward the top. So here's our next step. Well, what's going to happen here, do you think? Yep, it's not, this is not bigger. This is not bigger, so nothing's going to happen. And there we are. Let's see. Oh, I guess we're comparing these two. So that didn't change, and that didn't change. There. We finally had one that was bigger than the one on the right. And now we have another one that's bigger on the right. And now we have another one. Okay. So the small ones start heading toward this direction. The big ones start heading toward this direction. We go back and start again. And yes, see how those guys swapped? Now what's going to happen here? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing, nothing. Watch this. Yep. See how the little one swaps over? The big one's heading over here. Same thing there, same thing there. Well, what's going to happen next? There we go. Stays the same. And we just keep going, see how gradually the low ones percolate to the left. And the high ones percolate to the right. It is a very easy to understand sorting algorithm, but it's not terribly efficient. You can see how many passes through this we have to make until we're complete. So I kind of gave you the code here. What we're going to do with this is implement it in Java, not using any built-in methods. Nope, that would be cheating. And the same thing here. We get to do 2 bubble sorts, and then you've been through your first sorting algorithm. Now, it's a good idea to watch these little videos. They're really good. They do kind of what I did at a, more educational rate. And there we go. We'll see you later.